we do it on my show, nothing conformist, nothing mainstream, none of that politically correct business, you know what I'm saying? I got one of my pop criminal conspirators here, Sanman. Hey, what's up, man? Hey, say what's up to the people.
Howdy, boys. How you doing?
Yeah.
I know you expected me to act this way.
Mr. Sanman, hold up, man. Don't go off yet, man. Hey, what's up with what's up with the firearms, boy? What's wrong with you?
Well, this is just a symbol of my Americanization. I'm proving I'm a true American by my right to bear arms.
Right to bear arms?
Yes, sir.
Well, what you got them arms for, man? Just, what, decoration? What's up?
These arms are for the protection of myself and my family.
Yourself and your family?
Yes, sir.
Well, everybody wants you to turn the other cheek nowadays, the civil rights struggle, and, everybody wants you to, play like a lamb and be docile. I mean, what, you don't ascribe to that philosophy, man?
Well, I look at it like this, fellas. If you give the man what he wants, he'll take all he can from you. And I don't expect to give him a damn thing.
Oh, so you don't ascribe to the old jargon about people giving black folks freedom? You know what I'm saying? You think we gotta take it, or can somebody just give it to us?
No, you got to demand your freedom.
Got to demand your freedom?
See, in my quest and search for this equality that they so-called giving us, see, this is what you expect of me, isn't it? This is what you expect to see that out of a brother, don't you? You expect to see that. I own them, yeah, I own them, but I'm a very intelligent man. And I'm going to talk to you today about this so-called affirmative action and the equal rights movement that they created, supposedly.
Hey, I understand you just recently went to, what was some kind of shooting, what is it? Some kind of, I don't know, arms or target practice or something. What is that, man? Explain that.
I was shot in what they call an IPSC competition. And it's something that was created by the Europeans years ago as a sport. See, by nature, black people, we don't get into guns and these violent things by nature. Right. They use it as a sport. At least they call it a sport. They might be practicing to shoot some of us, I was told, I was actually told now during my first time here, they have certain kind of targets. You have some targets that are brown. You have some targets that are white. And the targets that are white have a black X across the front of them.
Right.
And I was actually told by a guy who was running this that you don't shoot the white guys, just the brown guys. You don't shoot the white guys.
Nah, you BSing, man.
No, sir, I'm telling the truth. I was told by this. And of course I was only African American in the competition. Yeah, and I was told, not the white guys, just the brown guys, guys of color.
So since you was only African American there shooting, how they treat you, man? Did they treat you like you expected them to treat you, or what?
Yeah, they treated me like I didn't know. Every time, what happens is you go up to the line of fire, they explain a course of fire to you, which means they explain to you exactly what's going to be used or shot during this process. So every time that I went up to shoot, I was always told an additional time. Every time somebody else other than myself went up, they didn't have to repeat it to me.
Oh, they repeated it to you like you was some kind of child, like you couldn't comprehend.
Right, like I was a little slow or something.
Oh, nah, man. So, so how'd you do during the shooting, man? What's
up? The first competition, I ended up third out of that. And I was out of 9 people. And no, these people have been shooting for years. I just started doing this.
Right.
They had all kinds of trophies. They had special weapons. I'm going to tell you something. Brothers, you better wake up. Because see, this right here, let me show you something. This right here, that ain't going to get it. Because the man, he got something for you.
He got something bigger, huh?
Oh, man, I've seen some things that you just won't believe. But I was actually told last night during the course of fire, everybody in this competition is supposed to be professional to some degree. It's a certain way to hold your firearm when you're doing this. I was actually told, don't shoot the gun like this now. I was actually told that. Yeah, and I found that to be offensive because I was the only person that was told that out of all 19 people in the competition.
Oh, man, so...
But I'm not surprised.
You're not surprised?
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised because they expect us all to be less intelligent than they are and less knowledgeable of things than they are. But I read. I'm certified to use each weapon that I've showed you here today. I'm certified by the state of Ohio.
So what about, all that well and good, understand that, for those that don't know, me and Mr. Sanman are co-workers, right? And the place where we work is kind of, words can't describe. where we working at, it's like, dang, like it's the 1800s up in there, man. You know what I'm saying? No brothers can't really get their props up in there. It's all predicated on who you know and what your skin color is and stuff.
And if they like you, of course, if they like you now, if you want us, they like you, they do a little bit for you.
Oh, okay, just a little bit, just a little bit. All right, so
too much for you.
I want to know what's your feeling on, because we got a lot of stuff going on in the media today, in the news about affirmative action, about the repealing of some of those affirmative action laws or legislations and whatnot. What's your view on blacks in the workplace, racism, and affirmative action?
Well, let me say this. First of all, brothers, don't expect anything.
Mm-hmm.
You got to get up off the hump and do it yourself. The man's not going to give you nothing. Affirmative action is nothing but a ploy so he can come back to you later on and say, well, I gave you this. I let you do that.
Right.
But he could put a man in position in a certain place. Later on down the line, you got to deal with it later on. Affirmative action is to cap the racism. You know what I'm trying to say?
Right.
It's like when you open that pop you drink, or that brew that you're busting on. When you open up that brew, what follows? The suds. So, you know what I'm saying? When you open up that cap, you got the suds. And racism is the suds of the brew.
What tickled me, right, I had one of them rednecks down there, right, holler at me, was like, he didn't believe in affirmative action. And I'm telling him, I'm like, well, theoretically, I don't necessarily believe in it either. I don't believe in quotas or hiring people that aren't qualified either.
That's right.
But we would need that affirmative action if y'all didn't have your own affirmative action of your own. You know what I mean?
Course.
Being in the good old boy system, they hire in their little buddies and stuff.
Like, that's why I was great to say, it's like where we work at. You know, for years, they hired within, like you're saying. And you got 3 and 4 generations of family members.
Right.
Okay. As soon as it was made mandatory through affirmative action,
right,
that we have so many African Americans in here, they say they want no nepotism. Which means your family members and your close friends or relatives of some kind can't be hired in there because you're working there now. But they had 3 and 4 and 5 generations of these family members.
Right. And
note now, they all have excelled to superior positions too.
So I found it quite amazing, man, how his mind could rationalize, or how he couldn't see that their little program that they've been having for years in that institution wasn't their own affirmative action.
Well, you know what? You know, it's not hard. It's not hard to figure it out because his rationale deals with himself and his environment. His rationale has nothing to do with us and how we feel because they don't try to understand us. They don't want to understand us. You hear that? You hear how I'm saying it? Understand us.
Right.
And I'm saying that because that's the way they say it. We don't understand. I don't understand you.
You people.
You know? Yeah, like I'm some kind of a Martian or a sheep or something. Something like that. That's what a you is, a female sheep. For those of you who don't know that. So I'm not surprised with anything that happens there. What I do believe in that we as African Americans need to bring up each other. And without doing that, we're not going to have nothing.